Last question. Hey, Dr. Islam, I've heard that cell phones can cause brain tumors. What are your thoughts and what are the evidence for this? All right. So I've often wondered this myself because, sometimes I'm talking on my phone. I'm like, oh, am I causing myself harm by doing this? So what does the data suggest? So the WHO actually has criteria, and they looked at this. They have criteria about what is the highest risk of developing cancer for certain conditions. You have criteria that range from 1 to 4, with 1 being a pretty substantial cause, and 4 being doesn't really cause cancer. So we know that category 1, things like red meats, plutonium, and DDT pesticides have a clear association of developing cancer. So I can't believe that meat is on the same category as DDT and pesticides, but that goes to show kind of the risk factors with meat. Cell phone use actually is number 2. That is a probable cause or a possible cause of causing brain cancer. I blew my mind away. I did not realize it was high up there. So yes, there is evidence that cell phone use can increase your risk of developing brain cancer. We know that the risk can be as high as almost 45%, and especially in terms of developing brain cancer. We know that the highest risk tends to occur if you talk on your cell phone next to your head. We know that the radiation that's emitted and the connection that's formed between having a phone call and the radio tower does increase your risk substantially of developing a brain cancer. I blew my mind when I saw this. So what can you do to minimize your risk? So obviously one of the things you can do is not have your cell phone next to your head. So using AirPods or headphones can be an effective way to minimize that risk. But also number 2, which I did not realize, it's that connection whenever you answer your phone and the person on the other line is on the phone, that's when you have the highest risk. So a lot of people recommend to actually answer the phone, wait a couple seconds before you actually put the phone towards your head if you're going to do that, because that will minimize that risk for that being there. And if you do that, that will actually decrease your risk for developing brain tumors. So I did not know this, something I learned, and there is pretty good evidence that cell phone use, especially if you use it next to your head, will actually increase your risk for developing brain tumor. So be careful, guys. Make sure you do things safely as well.